I chose you for this moment. Nothing was by chance. I prepared every detail of your journey here so that, at this very moment, your soul would be before my voice. I know that your questions have been piling up, and that there are nights when your heart lies without peace, waiting for an answer. Here she is. I am your God, and this word is the sign you asked for so much. Even when you thought you were alone, I was with you. Every tear, every silent thought, every time your heart wanted to give up. I saw it all. And yet, I supported you. Because I knew that the day of your answer would come. And that day is today. This message is more than words, it's a spiritual key that opens the way to a new time in your life. But I need your full attention. Because what I'm about to release requires faith, focus, and surrender. Nothing that comes after this word will be small. I'm not just comforting you, I'm calling you to something greater. There is a change afoot. And you are at the center of it. I have observed your resistance, your perseverance, even when discouragement seemed to win. I honor your courage. And today, before the sky, I declare, the time has come to see what I have prepared. Don't ignore this moment. Because if you close your heart now, you could miss the greatest miracle in your history. And I don't say this to scare you, but to awaken in you the spiritual awareness that there is a determined time for each promise. And this is the time of your turning point. The time when what was stuck starts to move. The time when what seemed impossible becomes reality. The time when your faith activates the supernatural. Therefore, confirm your delivery. Not with fear, but with faith. If your heart believes in what I'm saying, if your spirit feels that it's me calling you, then manifest it now. Comment with faith, I receive this word, because I know it is God speaking to me. This simple act is a seed sown in the spiritual world. It is a demonstration that your faith is not passive, but alive. I honor every step of faith, even the small ones. Because that's how great miracles begin. This is the first step. And your response to this word will determine how ready you are for what comes next. Fear not. Don't hide. I am speaking to you with love, but also with urgency. Because there's a window open now, and inside it is the fulfillment of promises you've been carrying for years. Promises that were sleeping, but that today are awakening through my voice. Listen carefully. Feel in your spirit the movement that has already begun. Heaven is in action. Angels are taking position. And nothing will be able to stop what I'm about to do. You are not here just to be comforted. You are here to be activated. This is the beginning of a new season. And I lead you by the hand. Now open your heart, because in the next words I will begin to reveal what I have released into your life. And when you finish listening, you won't be the same. There are moments when my voice echoes with more strength, because the time of fulfillment approaches. And this is one of those moments. I didn't bring you here so that you only hear beautiful words or distant promises. I brought you because the time has come to decide. I am placing before you the opportunity that will change your story, but it will only be yours if you take a step of faith. My blessing is already prepared. What I have reserved for you does not depend on your logic, nor on your human conditions. It depends on your willingness to believe. Because everything I have to pour into your life is available right now, but it only reaches those who dare to trust, even without seeing. I call you to trust, not in what your eyes see, but in what your spirit feels. Because whoever walks by faith will never be put to shame. I summon you to a new time. A time where your faith will be your sustenance, your decision will be your key, and your obedience will be the soil where I will plant your miracle. Many wait for something to change around them and then believe. But I call you to do the opposite, believe before everything changes. Believe now. Even without evidence, even without visible signs. The faith that I honor is that which precedes the blessing. The one who trusts even when silence seems to reign. It's not easy, I know. But I also know who you are. I know your structure. I know what you are capable of. I don't talk to you by chance, I didn't choose you by mistake. I saw your heart on days when no one else saw you. And now I lift you up, so that you can be a witness to what I do with those who don't give up, even when they are tired. With those who continue, even without strength. With those who believe, even without guarantees. You are not just listening to a call. You are being positioned. I am putting you before a spiritual decision. A decision that will change everything. Because what is about to happen will require more of you than words. Will require delivery. Trust. Positioning. I have already moved the invisible in your favor. Now I await your response. And this message, which reached you, also needs to reach others. Do not keep to yourself what I have released. Share this word with everyone you love, because through your gesture, others will also be reached. This is not just a video, it is an instrument of my action. When you share, you become part of the miracle of another life. You become a channel for my voice. And everyone who reaches out with love will be surprised with rewards that cannot be measured. He who is ashamed of my actions closes doors without realizing it. But he who spreads my message plants seeds of transformation in many hearts. So don't hesitate. Let this call cross borders. Share now with faith, knowing that this simple act could be the answer to the prayer someone has been waiting for a long time. And just as you were touched, so will others. I am releasing upon you the courage to obey, the boldness to believe, and the discernment to choose the right path. Because right now, as you hear my voice, things have already started to align. There is an invisible movement happening, and you are at the center of it. Angels are being sent with specific instructions for your home, your family, your finances. You ask for help. I respond with intervention. But remember, I operate where there is faith. Where there is space. Where there is delivery. My miracle cannot be imprisoned by doubts. My presence does not dwell where unbelief reigns. Therefore, let your heart be completely open. Don't hold back anything. Fear not. I'm with you in every detail. And in the next few words, I will begin to show you what is about to be unlocked. Stay alert. Because whoever continues, will see. And whoever believes will receive. You already feel what I'm doing. There is something in your spirit that recognizes my voice. It's not just a passing emotion, it's a spiritual activation. I'm touching areas that were dormant. I am lighting the flame of your hope again. There is a movement that has started right now within you. And that movement doesn't come from you, it comes from me. I started something in you, and I am faithful to fulfill it until the end. I prepared you for this moment. Even when everything seemed directionless, I was leading your steps here. You thought you had wasted time, but every second served to shape your heart. Now, your soul is more sensitive to my voice. Your faith is being refined. Your vision is being expanded. And I am ready to reveal greater things to you than you asked for. What you are feeling right now is not confusion, it is confirmation. Don't close yourself off. Don't get distracted. Because every word I speak carries life, direction, and power. This message is not to entertain you, it is to align you. The entire sky is attentive to this moment. You are faced with a spiritual intersection. Continue as you are or open up completely to what I have prepared. The decision is in your hands, but I have already released the order. And when I release, nothing can stop it. Receive this word with all your heart. She was released with purpose. It's not generic. It's for you. Yes, for you. Because I am a personal, intimate God, who knows your thoughts even before you express them. And today, I decided to speak to you in a clear, direct, and transformative way. You cried out for an answer, and now the answer has arrived. But it demands a reaction. One step. Yes. When you open yourself to my voice, you open the doors of heaven upon you. When you decide to listen to me with attention and faith, you seal your harvest in the Spirit. There are blessings that are suspended over your life, just waiting for your permission to descend. And your permission is your yes, it is your surrender, it is your willingness to receive without resistance. You don't need to understand everything now. Just trust. I'll do the rest. If your soul feels peace while listening to these words, it is because your answer is being received. And this peace is the sign of my presence. I am the God who acts in the invisible, but manifests himself at the right time. And this time has come. You are not just receiving promises, you are being positioned to live them. No matter what the circumstances say, my word has more weight than any reality around you. So, if this word has already touched your heart, if you know that it was I who spoke to you, now confirm your surrender with attitudes of faith. Support this message with a simple but powerful gesture, like this video and subscribe to this channel. Because when you connect with my voice, you connect with the flow of my presence. This channel is an instrument that I have used to reach lives, including yours. And whoever walks wisely remains where he finds spiritual food. This is just the beginning of what I have to reveal. The next words will carry specific instructions and promises that will activate areas that were stuck in your life. You will understand why there are so many delays, why certain doors haven't opened sooner. But it all starts with your yes. Stay with me. Keep your heart sensitive. Because in the next few moments, I will begin to release details of the promise that is already in motion. You will see that it was not in vain that you waited, cried, resisted. There is a harvest in preparation. And your faithfulness is being remembered before me. Don't back down now. Advance. Because the best is yet to come. Nothing stops you anymore. I have already released your victory. The sky has already moved in your favor. The time of waiting, of closed doors, of stagnation, is coming to an end. I release decrees that will break the blocks that surrounded you. What seemed blocked, what seemed impossible, is now being unlocked by the strength of my word. The answer you expected will not come tomorrow. It has already started to manifest itself today. Because when I speak, my word does not come back empty. It fulfills the purpose for which it was sent. And this word was sent to unlock your life. I have seen your faithfulness in the days of scarcity. I saw your silent prayers. I saw your resistance when everything seemed lost. You don't know how much you touched my heart by continuing to trust even when I didn't see signs. That's why I come today, as your father, to say with authority, you are released. What was blocked now flows. What was weight will now be lightness. What was dark will now be light. The atmosphere around you is already changing. Because where my word enters, nothing stays the same. Prepare your heart for the coming days. They will not be common. You will perceive my hand in detail. People who ignored you will start to notice you. Resources that seemed far away will begin to come closer. The favor that seemed reserved for others will be showered on you. Because I don't forget those who continue to believe even in the middle of the desert. Your perseverance was a cry. Your patience was an act of faith. And I honor those who walk with me even when they do not understand my ways. Change your expectation. Don't look at today as if it were a reflection of yesterday. What I am doing now is totally new. It's something that your eyes haven't seen yet, but your spirit is already beginning to feel. Your victory was signed in heaven. It is sealed with my name. And what I seal, no one can undo. Do not allow doubt to steal what I have already released. This is the time to believe like never before. To move boldly. To declare, even without understanding all the details. Your victory is so close that it can already be perceived within you. That slight peace you are feeling right now, that warmth in your chest, that emotion that makes you want to cry, all of this is the testimony of the Spirit confirming that I am acting. And not just acting around you, I'm acting within you. Because to change your reality, first I transform your interior. Change begins in your vision, in your faith, in the way you see what surrounds you. And because you are sensitive to my voice, because you did not harden your heart when I called you, I declare that this will be the most fruitful cycle of your life so far. You haven't seen what I prepared yet. But you'll see. And when you see it, you will know that it was I, the Lord, who did it. So that no one takes the glory. So that everyone can see that victory comes from me. And those who trust are never confused. Now, as an act of faith, comments 7777 here where you are. This number is a spiritual sign from the complete sky over your life. It is a prophetic seal of what is already underway. It's not superstition, it's positioning. By commenting in faith, you are agreeing with what I have declared. You are saying, I believe, even without seeing. And this agreement releases even more favor upon you. You know it's me you're talking to. Your soul has already recognized my voice. So don't resist. Position yourself. Because this is the time to walk like someone who has already won. The time to speak like someone who has already received it. The time to move as someone who already has the promise. Because in the spiritual world, your victory has already happened. And now it just manifests in natural time, step by step, day by day. Stay with me. Because I'm still going to reveal to you what's coming. And it will be bigger than you imagine. I am your provider. Not just the God who promises, but the God who fulfills. The one who sees your need before you even realize it. Before scarcity surrounded you, I had already prepared the escape. Before the debt arose, I had already ordered resources. Nothing escapes my gaze. Nothing happens outside of my control. And today, once again, I remind you, you are not alone. I'll take care of you. There are areas of your life that you have tried to sustain with your own strength. You've been struggling to keep your balance, to hold everything with your tired hands. But I tell you, let go. Rest. You were not created to carry the weight that only I can bear. Give into my hands what has been stealing your sleep. Because when you give it to me, I multiply. When you trust, I sustain. When you stop controlling, I start to act freely. My provision goes beyond money. It reaches your emotional, your spiritual, your relationships, your decisions, your paths. I am the one who gives you peace when anxiety tries to dominate. I am the one who comforts you when no one else understands your pain. I am the one who guides you when all the options seem confusing. My care for you is complete. I supply every detail. Don't look at your bank account as if it were your source. Don't limit yourself to what your natural eyes see. Because whoever walks with me lives by faith, and whoever lives by faith will never be left destitute. I have sources that you don't know yet. I can open doors you didn't even know existed. I can use people you would never imagine. I am the God who brings provision from the most unlikely place, at the most unexpected time. Remember how many times you thought it wouldn't work and, even so, things lined up. How many times there was no way out, but I created a way. How many times everything seemed lost, but I reversed it. And what makes you think that now will be different? I haven't changed. The same God who sustained you yesterday, sustains you today and will sustain you tomorrow. Because my faithfulness does not depend on circumstances, it depends on who I am. Don't worry anymore. Restlessness wears you down, confuses you, takes you away from my voice. But when you rest in me, your mind aligns, your heart calms, your faith blooms. And it is in this environment of trust that miracles happen. The time of your harvest has already begun, but it will not be noticed by those who live anxiously, trapped in control. It will be experienced by those who trust even without seeing, who hope even without guarantees. I am the God who sends manna in the desert, which multiplies the widow's oil. What feeds multitudes with the little you have in your hands? I'm the same today. And what I did before, I will do again. But I will do it with you in an even greater way. Because your story is being written for eternal purposes. Nothing you are living is in vain. I am shaping your faith, maturing your confidence, teaching you to depend on me in all things. The provision I send you is not just for today. It is to open a new cycle. I am establishing a new foundation, a new level, a new way of walking. No longer afraid of missing, but with the conviction that there will always be. Because where there is obedience, there is abundance. And you have been looking for me sincerely. Even with doubts, even with falls, you have come back to me. And I honor that. Your tomorrow is safe in my hands. You don't need to predict, just trust. I have already been to your future and prepared everything. Walk with me, and you will see doors opening effortlessly, opportunities appearing where there were walls before, answers coming before you even asked the questions. I am your father. And a faithful father never abandons a child he trusts. Do not look back with regret, nor to the side with comparison. Look at me. Because I am the one who supports you. It is I who leads you. And my supply is already in motion. As you hear these words, there are things being resolved behind the scenes in your life. And very soon, what today seems like just a promise, will be your new reality. Trust. I'm with you. And I will not fail. Nothing can stop what I have already determined for your life. There is no opposing force, there is no negative word, there is no unfavorable circumstance that can nullify the plans I have made for you. What came out of my mouth remains standing, and my word does not return empty. She advances like a sword, like fire, like a rushing wind, opening a path where there is no passage. Today I tell you, no obstacle will prevail against what I have released. You've already waited so long. Have you ever been surrounded by doubts, by voices that said it wouldn't work? But I am not a man to lie, nor a son of man to change his mind. What I promised, I will fulfill. And even if the contrary winds try to destabilize you, you will remain firm, because I am the one who supports you. My hand will lift you up whenever you try to fall. And even if everything around you seems to fall, you will not be destroyed, because I am your eternal rock. Those who tried to stop you will see that it was I who chose you. Those who doubted your promise will witness its fulfillment. Not for revenge, but so that my name may be glorified. Because what I will do in your life will be so great, so visible, so remarkable, that even those who don't believe will have to recognize that it was my hand. You don't need to defend yourself, justify, prove anything. I myself will exalt you at the right time. Now undo the thoughts that limit you. Let go of the idea that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not enough. I did not choose the capable, I empowered the chosen. And you were chosen by me. You carry promises that were not born in your mind, but in my heart. And when I place a word in someone, that word is fulfilled, because it carries the weight of eternity. You are not just anyone, you are my beloved child. Don't compare yourself to others. What I'm doing with you is unique. The path may seem longer, but there are spiritual reasons that you still don't understand. I was protecting you, strengthening you, polishing you. Now that you are more prepared, now that your roots have deepened, begin to bear fruit. And it will be fast. What took years to build, I can transform into days. Because there are no limits for me. I don't need a lot of time, I just need a willing heart. And your heart is already responding. There is already movement in your faith. You already notice that something inside you is changing. This is a sign that what is to come will also change. Your reality will begin to align with the promise. And what was just a word will become experience. That which was invisible will become testimony. You will still live to tell of the wonders I have done. Right now, as you hear these words, chains are being broken. Thoughts of defeat are being silenced. Contrary sentences are being cancelled. And what the enemy tried to use to stop you will be exactly what I will use to boost you. Fear no more. For he who began a good work is faithful to complete it. And I am that. The one who started it all in you. And I myself will be your glorious end. If this word has already strengthened your spirit, if you recognize that it was I who spoke to you, confirm it with a gesture of faith. Enjoy this video now. This simple act, in the natural, represents a spiritual agreement in the invisible. By liking, you are saying, I receive, I believe, I do not doubt. And I honor every attitude of faith, even the simplest. Because you are showing signs that your heart is aligning with heaven. You have no idea what your faith can activate. Small gestures of trust open big spiritual doors. And doors have already started to move because of you. There is a new time forming around you. And no one can stop what I have already started. Pay attention, because in the next few moments, I will begin to deeply console you. Because it's not enough to win, I also want to heal your heart. And that starts now. I saw your tears. None of them fell in vain. Each one was harvested by me with the care of a father who loves without measure. There were nights when your heart screamed in silence, and no one noticed. But I noticed. There were times when you smiled on the outside, but inside you were in pieces. And I was there. Even when you thought I had moved away, I was closer than ever. I saw you trying to be strong when everything was falling apart around you. I saw your attempt to keep faith when the winds were against you. I saw your hands raised in prayer when there were no more words. You thought I was silent, but in fact I was working. Because while you cried, I collected each tear like a seed. And now, harvest time has arrived. Your pain was not useless. She generated something eternal. She moved the sky. No one but me knows the weight you carried. Many looked at you and judged you without knowing your battle. But I saw everything. I saw when you were betrayed, when you were forgotten, when you were humiliated. And today I tell you, you will not be remembered for pain, but for overcoming. You will not be recognized by your falls, but by my hand that lifted you up. Because I am the God who changes history. And yours is changing now. You are not too broken for me to restore you. On the contrary, it is in brokenness that I make all things new. Your weakness does not drive me away, it attracts me. Because it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. And today, I pour out on you a double portion of my consolation. I heal wounds that no one knows about. I reach for memories that still hurt you. I heal pains that seemed buried. This is a time of healing. A time when I not only dry your tears, but give you back your joy. A time when I exchange your lament for dancing, your sadness for songs of victory. A time when your soul will breathe lightly again. You no longer need to carry what weighs you down alone. I am here. I support you. I hug you. I walk with you. And because I know there are many going through the same pains you faced, I ask you, share this word. There are lives right now crying out for relief, for a sign, for hope. When you share, you extend my presence to others. You become an instrument of healing, a channel of my love. And everyone who is willing to reach others with my voice will also be reached by me in new dimensions. And if this word touched you, if you felt my touch through these words, subscribe to this channel. It's not just a button you click, it's a gesture of spiritual covenant. By subscribing, you connect with the source where I continue to speak, instruct, heal and renew. There is more that I want to give you. And I will do this along paths like this, where your soul finds food. Nothing will be in vain. Your pain will be transformed into purpose. Your story will be marked by new beginnings that no one expected. And you will be a mouth to comfort others, just as I comforted you today. Because what you are experiencing now will one day be the testimony that will sustain others who will still go through this. Stay with me. Because what starts with tears will end in celebration. In the next few moments, I will show you that not only am I with you, but I am your shield. And that all the pain you faced was, in fact, the setting where I built your strength. Prepare yourself, because your healing is just the beginning. There is still much more that I will reveal. And it will be glorious. I am your God. I saw your tears. And today I restore you with my love. I am your shield. I am your protection in the midst of battle. When the winds blow against you, it is I who rise first. Before the enemy even thinks about attacking you, I already position myself between you and the threat. Nothing touches you without passing through me. Nothing comes into your life without first finding my presence surrounding your existence. Because you are mine, and whoever touches you touches the apple of my eye. Many looked at you and thought you were weak, vulnerable, unprotected. But little did they know that there is an invisible army around them. Little did they know that I am your strong tower, your wall of fire, your impenetrable shield. You have no idea how many battles I have silently won for you. How many traps were undone before you even realized they were being set up. I fought for you while you slept. I fought for you while you thought nothing was happening. The threats that came against your life were not ignored by me. I saw them, one by one. Some I destroyed before they formed. Others I allowed to come closer just to strengthen your faith, test your heart and show yourself what you are capable of when you are under my hand. But never, at any time, did I leave you vulnerable. Even in the toughest fights, I was there, supporting, shielding, hiding your soul within me. The enemy tried to touch areas of your life that you thought were protected. He tried to steal your peace, your confidence, your emotional health. But I protected your essence. He couldn't reach what was most precious about you, your spirit connected to me. And it is this bond, this connection between us, that kept you standing even when everything seemed to fall apart. Because while others trusted in human strategies, you were covered by my grace. It is not your strength that sustains you, it is my presence. It's not your ability that guarantees victory, it's my favor. Therefore, do not fear those who rise up. Do not fear the noise of threats, nor the intensity of attacks. Many will come against you, but none will prosper. Because I am with you. I fight your wars. And victory does not depend on the number of enemies, but on the strength of your God. And I am invincible. There are situations that will still try to arise. There are words that will appear with the sole purpose of making you doubt. But you already know who you are in me. You already know that I am your shelter. When you feel scared, run to me. When you feel surrounded, remember, I am the one surrounding you. When doubt wants to enter, he declares with conviction, my God is my shield. Because when you recognize my protection, you activate in yourself a faith that makes you unshakable. And it doesn't matter if the weapons are many, if the days are difficult, if the enemies are big. I'm bigger. I am stronger. I am eternal. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can resist my decree. Wherever I go, darkness retreats. Where I step, evil falls apart. And you walk with me. Therefore, your journey is surrounded by victory, even when it seems confusing. Trust me. Because my faithfulness does not fail. Don't let external noises confuse you. The real war is won in the secret place, where you and I meet. It is there that I strengthen you, prepare you, review you. It is there that I give you strategies that will confuse the wise. It is there that I pour peace in the midst of chaos. And that's why, even in the midst of battle, your soul still finds rest. Because where I am, there is rest. And I'm in you. Raise your head. Straighten your shoulders. Not as someone who challenges their enemies, but as someone who trusts their protector. Your safety does not come from the absence of dangers, but from the certainty of my presence. And I assure you, as long as you walk with me, nothing can prevail against you. Even if storms come, you will remain firm. Because I firm you. I support you. I am your shield. And I'm in front of you. Always. My justice is on the way. And it won't be long. I have seen everything. Every injustice, every word thrown at you, every gesture disguised as kindness that, in fact, hid the intention to hurt. I saw when you were left aside for no reason. I saw when your heart was despised. I saw when you were accused of what you never did. And I kept everything. Not by omission, but because my righteousness has a perfect time, and that time has come. You thought no one noticed. That no one cared. That your pain was invisible even to the sky. But I tell you now, nothing went unnoticed before me. I wrote down every detail. And now I'm moving heaven and earth to bring you justice. Because you didn't seek revenge with your own hands. You did not repay evil for evil. You just shut up and continued. And that silence was your strongest cry. I heard. The righteousness that comes from me not only corrects, it restores. I don't just come to expose the error, I come to put everything in order. I return the honor. I clear your name. I restore what was stolen. And I exalt in the sight of all the one who honors me in silence. You thought you had wasted space, wasted time, wasted opportunities. But everything was saved. And now, everything will be returned. With interest in glory. There are situations that are still being aligned today. People who have acted evil against you will begin to see my hand lifting you up. Not for revenge, but so that everyone knows that I am God. That I am fair. That I will not let what was done against mine go unpunished. And while many await your fall, I prepare your rise. While they wait for you weak, I strengthen you. While they mock, I crown you with honor. There will be no more room for confusion. I am bringing clarity, exposure, liberation. I'm changing the game. Those who rose with lies will see the truth rise with power. And when I act, no one can stop it. Your reputation will be washed by my presence. Your story will be retold from today onwards with the eyes of my justice. And everyone will see that I am with you. So don't rush to try to justify yourself. Your defense is not in arguments, it is in my voice. I speak for you. I get into places you can't get to. I break unjust sentences, destroy wrong judgments, and open paths where you were blocked by human evil. I am your faithful judge. And I've already hit the hammer on the sky, it's time for justice. Rest your heart. I don't forget promises. I leave no pain unanswered. You have been tested, but now you will be approved. You have been wounded, but now you will be anointed. You were forgotten, but now you will be remembered. Because my time has come, and with it comes the turnaround that your soul has been waiting for so long. You didn't think you'd see that yet, but you will. And when that happens, you'll know that I did it. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It was divine justice. And because there are others who also need this justice, share this video now. There are lives that are feeling wronged, forgotten, and that need to know that I saw them too. When you share, you extend hope. You become the channel of my restoration. And everyone who helps to lift up others will also be lifted up by me in due time. Stay strong. Because what awaited you on the other side of the pain is greater than you expected. What will come will not be an adjustment, it will be a transformation. I am writing a new chapter, and it doesn't begin with loss, it begins with justice, with replenishment, and with honor. And you will be known not for what was done to you, but for what I will do in you from now on. I am your God. And my justice has arrived. The door is open. And it's no ordinary door. It is the door of the promise that I kept for this time, for this season of your life. Many times you asked yourself when things would change, when that difficult time would give way to what I promised you in prayer, in dreams, in prophecies. And now, I tell you with heavenly authority, the time has come. The door of promise is wide open before you, and all you have to do is walk through it in faith. You are no longer faced with old cycles. You are on a spiritual threshold, ready to transition from a time of waiting to a time of manifestation. I saw you being faithful in little. I saw you walking even without understanding. And so, I opened the door that no one can close. This door is not the result of chance or your strength, it is the result of my covenant with you. I open paths where there are no paths. I create exits where there were only walls. And today, I created access for you to enter a new level. This door represents much more than material advancement. It carries healing, reconciliation, fresh start, inner peace, restored joy, renewed purpose and expanded vision. By crossing it, you don't just leave problems behind, you take on a new identity in me. Because with each step taken with faith, I transform your mind, your spirit and the way you see everything around you. But there is a spiritual principle that I need to reveal to you. Although the door is open, you must decide to walk through it. I don't force your advancement. I invite. I call. And today, I call you in. Because those who decide to cross with faith will never be the same. The blessing is on the other side. But the crossing requires courage, trust and surrender. You cannot carry old baggage, old guilt, emotional prisons with you. This door can only be crossed with spiritual lightness. Your soul already feels that there is something new waiting for you. There is peace in your spirit now because you are at a point of activation. It all starts with your decision. I already released it. Now, it's your turn. And if you respond with faith, you will see how things will begin to move in your favor with speed. What was previously blocked will flow. What seemed dead will rise again. What caused you pain will no longer have power over you. I tell you with love, do not fear the new. Don't back down. Don't settle for the pain you already know. You were not created to survive, but to live fully. And fullness is on the other side of obedience. There is a deep calling echoing within you now. You know it's me. You feel that it is me calling you. Then take the step. Let your faith take you where your human strength cannot sustain you. And to seal this decision in the spiritual, comments now, I crossed the door of promise. This act is more than a gesture, it is a prophetic seal. When you write this, you declare to the spiritual world that you accept the call, that you enter into the new, that you leave the old behind. And I honor every statement made in faith. This is your yes to a new time. You are not here by chance. This message is the confirmation that your spirit was looking for. Now it's up to you. I opened the door for you. I called you. And if you respond with confidence, everything around you will begin to change. Because the sky has already moved. The scenario has already changed. And the key that unlocks the miracle is in your choice. In the next few moments, I will guide you to close once and for all what was holding you back. There is another door that needs to be closed. And I will guide you through this process. But first, celebrate. Because today, your story changed. Today, you entered into the promise. And what I prepared is much bigger than you imagine. I am your God. And I was the one who opened that door for you. Enter. Because everything is already ready. The door was closed. Not by chance. Not by human will. But by my hand. Today, I myself ended cycles that imprisoned you for a long time. Silent but destructive cycles. Patterns that kept you spinning in the same place, trapped between frustrated attempts, emotional relapses, wrong alliances, feelings of incapacity. I saw how you tried to get out, but something always pulled you back. It was as if you were advancing with chains on your feet. But today, I broke those chains. And the door through which evil entered, I sealed with my power. There were open gaps that you didn't know about. Emotional doors opened by traumas, cursed words, old sins, harmful relationships, and deep fears. Things that were planted in moments of pain and that became entrances for the enemy to act against you. But today, I revealed everything. Today, I played where no one could touch. And with authority, I declared, enough is enough. This port will no longer be used. What came to destroy you for her sake will no longer have access to your life. I saw how much you were oppressed without understanding the origin. I saw your heavy heart when you woke up, your confused thoughts, your suffocated soul even on good days. They were spiritual remnants of what had not yet been concluded. But now, it was. Not because of your strength, but because of mine. Today, I freed you from pacts that you didn't even know existed. Of words they threw at you years ago. From old alliances that tied you to a past that I had already forgiven, but that the enemy still used to accuse you. You will never return to what hurt you. You will no longer feel attracted to what made you sick. Because I closed the door of evil with the seal of eternity. And every time you try to go back, the spirit within you will remind you, this place is already locked. This cycle has already ended. That time has passed. I transported you to a new dimension. Now it's forward. Now it's up. Now it's at my pace. I also closed the door of guilt. Because you were more attached to the memory of failure than to the power of my forgiveness. But I no longer remember what you confessed with regret. The one who insists on remembering is the accuser. But he lost access. He slammed the door and found the blood. The blood of the Lamb. And where the blood is, there is no room for accusation. There is only room for redemption. And because the door has been closed, now I can lead you freely. Your mind will clear. Your emotions will stabilize. Your decisions will be firmer. Your prayers will have more intensity. Because you are being purified, freed and positioned. There is a spiritual lightness that begins to well up within you at this very moment. It is the sign that oppression is receding. What suffocated you is being uprooted. Don't go back to what I closed. Even if the past calls you. Even if people come to remind you of what you were, what you did, where you fell. You are no longer there. I rescued you. I transformed you. And whoever tries to reduce you to your past will be fighting against what I declared as new. You are a new creature. And the new only sustains itself when the old door is definitively closed. If my presence has spoken to you, if you are being strengthened and freed through these words, subscribe to this channel right now. This is not just a click, it is a spiritual response. By signing up, you align yourself with the environment where I continue to pour revelations, healing, direction and transformation. This channel is part of how I have reached you. And I want to continue. Because there's still a lot I'm going to reveal to you. Don't ignore the voice that called you here. She didn't condemn you, she set you free. And whoever is freed by me will never be the same. This release will not be emotional and fleeting. It will be progressive, deep and permanent. Because now there is a seal on your life. A seal that you have been plucked from darkness and transported into the light. A seal that what paralyzed you no longer has control. And may He who loved you even before the foundation of the world, your Father, continue to write your story with grace and truth. Stay tuned. Because in the next few moments, I'm going to show you how to ride the new one. Now that the door of evil has been closed, you are ready to walk with lightness, purpose and firmness. The change that began within you will be reflected around you. And everyone will know that what was closed by the touch of God Himself. I am the Lord who closes doors that no one can open. And today, I closed what was hurting you. Now walk. Because the path is clear, and your soul is finally at peace. Now that the door has been opened and the other has been closed, walk. Don't look back anymore. What happened no longer has power over you. I am calling you to walk in a new direction. The time for fear is over. The time of stagnation has been overcome. I gave you a new beginning, and that's where I want you to move forward from today. It doesn't matter how long you've been stuck in the past, now you're free. And where there is freedom, there is movement. And where there is movement with me, there is purpose. You were not called to survive in emotional, spiritual, or family ruins. I didn't create you to keep a story marked by pain alive. I formed you to live a new story, written with my light, guided by my voice, supported by my hand. And this story begins with steps of faith. You don't need to run. You just need to walk. One step at a time. I don't expect speed, I expect obedience. And whoever walks with me, even slowly, always gets to where they need to be. There are blessings that will only be accessed after the first step. There are revelations that will only manifest themselves along the way. You won't see everything now, but you will see enough to trust. I will give you sign by sign, direction by direction, confirmation by confirmation. Each day, I will guide you with peace. This inner peace that you are starting to feel is proof that you are heading in the right direction. You are not walking in the dark, you are being led by the light. Don't compare yourself to the speed of others. Don't let the voices around you tell you that you are late. The time you think you lost, I am already restoring. I am the Lord of time. And for me, a day can be worth 1,000 years. And 1,000 years can transform in an instant. Just one word from me, and everything changes. And that word has already been released upon you. The new one has already been activated. And everything around you will begin to align with this truth. You won't recognize your own life in the next few months. I will change your routine, your connections, your environments, your mentality. I'm going to remove people who delay and bring in people who boost. I will close accesses that drain you and open paths that elevate you. You already feel this transition within you. That's why so many things have lost their old flavor. Because what fed you in the past cycle is no longer useful for the new one. You are being completely renewed. Walk with courage. Even if there is still fear. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward despite it. I'm with you. And your every step is watched by me. You won't trip. And if you stumble, I'll catch you. I didn't call you to fail along the way. I called you to go to the end. And the end I have prepared is not ruin, it is glory. The end of your journey will be more beautiful than the beginning. Because I specialize in redemptive endings. But to do that, you need to let go of what gave you identity in the past. You are no longer the rejected one, the injured one, the forgotten one, the one who always breaks, the one who always loses, the one who always returns to the same point. This is no longer your truth. Your truth now is, you are a beloved, freed, restored, sent, chosen, prepared and empowered son. Start walking like someone who believes in this. Because the more you see yourself as I see you, the more you will live what I planned. And if you feel that this word is for you, comment now, I decide to walk with God. This is your spiritual positioning. It is your amen, your yes, your step written in the invisible. By declaring this with faith, you seal in the spiritual world the break with the old and the alliance with the new. I read hearts, but I also honor attitudes of faith. And every statement made sincerely becomes a key in my hands. Do not ignore this call. This is not just a nice word. It is a spiritual command. You were not called to listen and stop. You were called to listen and walk. And whoever walks with me does not walk alone, does not walk in emptiness, does not walk in vain. I put meaning in your steps. And over the next few days, you will begin to see signs around you that the path is opening. Old dreams will resurface. New ideas will emerge. People will be drawn to you without explanation. All of this will be confirmation that you are in the right place, at the right time, and on the right side. Stay at that pace. Even if slow. Even if tired. Continue. Because I'm with you. And the road we started together will be completed in victory. The new has already begun. And whoever walks with me will never be the same. I am the God who opens doors, closes cycles and walks alongside those who trust. And today, I tell you with love and authority, walk. Because your new season has already begun. And there's nothing holding you back anymore. Mercy is a key. One of the most powerful I have given you. It is through her that heaven moves towards you, not out of merit, but out of compassion. And just as you receive from me, I call you to liberate others. For whatever you sow in the Spirit, you reap in abundance. And whoever sows mercy, reaps mercy. Whoever offers forgiveness finds freedom. Whoever extends his hand will be lifted by me at the right time. You were achieved not because you are perfect, but because I decided to love you even knowing all your imperfections. And now that you have been transformed by this love, I invite you to live this same principle. Treating others as I treat you. Not to be measured with the ruler of accusation, but with the measure of compassion. Because many around you don't need judgment, they need direction, support, someone who shows the way with patience. When you act with mercy, you are reflecting who I am. You become a mirror of my nature. You bring comfort to those who cry, hope to those who have fallen, dignity to those who have been rejected. You start to see beyond the error, beyond the appearance, beyond the pain. And that is the essence of my kingdom. A kingdom that restores, that rebuilds, that begins again. There are blessings that are directly linked to how you treat others. Because I do not separate your spiritual life from the way you love, forgive, and serve. Faith that does not transform into mercy becomes sterile. But when you allow the love you receive from me to overflow onto others, I increase your capacity to receive. I give you more, because I know that you will not withhold. You will multiply. And I'm not just talking about visible gestures, but about attitudes of the heart. Of thoughts that you decide to purify. Of judgments that you refuse to feed. Of sorrows that you choose to release. Every time you choose grace instead of criticism, restoration instead of rejection, understanding instead of harshness, you open doors in the spiritual. Because you are cooperating with what I am already doing in people's lives. I know it's not always easy. I saw the wounds that marked you. I saw the betrayals, the abuses, the abandonments. I know your soul cried out for justice. But today you already know that my righteousness is not like that of men. It does not aim to punish, but to restore. And when you choose to forgive, you are not saying that what was done to you was fair. You are saying that you trust me to handle everything at the right time, in the right way, with wisdom and truth. There are people you thought you would never be able to look at with peace. But I am healing your heart so that you can remember without pain, speak without bitterness, live without weight. You are no longer a hostage to heartache. You are free. And because you are free, you can now free others with your testimony. With your hug. With your presence. And so, your life will become a bridge between heaven and the broken hearts that I want to reach. In every gesture of mercy, I am present. When you welcome, I am welcoming through you. When you hug, I am hugging. When you extend forgiveness, I am releasing healing. And this is how my glory manifests itself, not only in spectacular miracles, but also in daily attitudes that carry my heart. I called you to live in a new time, but also to be an instrument of a new time in the lives of others. And that starts when you decide to love like I love. Forgive as you have been forgiven. Extend grace as you were reached by it. This is not weakness, it is maturity. It is spiritual strength. It is eternal wisdom. And I am maturing you so that you can carry more than before. So that I can entrust you with greater treasures. Don't ignore the small opportunities to show mercy. They are the ones who build great rewards in the kingdom. And don't do it expecting human feedback. Do as one who serves the Father in secret, certain that everything done out of love will be remembered, honored, and multiplied by me. I am the God who sees the hidden. And it is in the occult that I begin the greatest works. Therefore, walk lightly. Release what weighs you down. Embrace what heals. Because on the path of mercy, you find plenitude. And whoever plants this type of seed reaps harvests that span generations. I am the Lord of compassion. And those who walk with me will also walk in mercy. This is my invitation to you today, live the new, not just receiving, but overflowing. Because he who was achieved by me will now be used by me. And wherever you go, you will leave traces of the sky. The supply has already arrived. It is not something that is yet to come, it is something that has already been released in heaven and is beginning to manifest in your reality. What you ask for so much, what seemed distant, what seemed impossible, is already in motion. You don't perceive it with your natural eyes yet, but in the spiritual world there is already a response, there is already sending, there is already release. And very soon, what you believe in silence will be visible to everyone. I am your provider. I always have been. Even when you thought you were alone, I was providing. Even when the resource seemed to be lacking, I multiplied the little you had on hand. There was not a single day that I stopped taking care of you. And this will not change now. Because my loyalty does not depend on how much you have, but on how much you trust. There is provision coming in unexpected forms. You expected an answer from one place, and I will send it from another. You expected people, paths, and means, but I am a creative God. I make water sprout from the rock, I make manna come down from the sky, I multiply what the world despises. My provision is not limited to your logic. She is aligned with my perfect plan. I take care of every area of your life. And my provision goes beyond material. It touches your mind, your emotional health, your home, your relationships. You were wounded by lacks, of love, of understanding, of stability, of care, and I came to make up for all these absences. I am the one who fills the void that no one else sees. I don't just give you what you need. I am what you need. Even in moments when everything seemed closed, I was preparing the right connections. Now, you start to see doors opening, opportunities emerging, ideas aligning. This is all part of the provision. Because I don't just pour out resources, I pour out direction, creativity, wisdom. I prepare the land, deliver the seed and bless the harvest. Nothing about you will remain stagnant. Because where I dwell, there is movement. You will no longer need to chase what was promised. Because I will make sure that what belongs to you reaches you. Provision will meet you on the path of obedience. As you walk with me, what you need will come to you. You were not called to live anxiously, but to trust. And today, I give you one more reason to rest. I have already released what you expected. So don't let doubt steal your faith. Because doubt delays what faith activates. And you already have enough faith within you to live this new time. You already have the word released, the seed planted, the promise activated. Now it just continues. Because what I started, I will complete with excellence. If this word confirms something that your heart already felt, if you know that it was I who spoke to you, then enjoy this video now. This simple gesture, naturally, represents an act of faith. By enjoying, you are agreeing with what has been released, you are activating with your attitude what is already available in the spiritual world. Because whoever values the word he receives honors the God who spoke. And I honor those who honor me. And those who celebrate before even seeing it are the ones who will experience the complete miracle. Because the faith that pleases my heart is the one that acts before manifestation. You are among those who believed. And that's why you're receiving it. The supply has already arrived. And from now on, everything around you will begin to reflect this. Stay with me. Because I still want to teach you the secret that sustains everything I gave you, gratitude. Live with gratitude. Not as a momentary response to a specific blessing, but as a way of seeing life. Gratitude is a divine filter that transforms your vision. When you choose to be grateful, you decide to focus not on what is missing, but on what remains. Not in what was lost, but in what was learned. Not in what hurts, but in what builds. And that choice changes everything. It changes your rhythm, your mood, your environment, and your faith. There are many who expect great miracles and then thank me. But those who walk with me learn to recognize the small signs. A gesture of affection in the middle of a difficult day. A sunrise after a turbulent night. An unexpected relief at just the right moment. A thought of peace in the midst of confusion. These are all touches of my love. And whoever is grateful for these touches will see even more from my hand. Because gratitude opens doors that pride and ingratitude close. Being grateful is not ignoring the pain. It's knowing that, even in pain, I continue to be good. It's trusting that, even without understanding, you are safe. Because my kindness does not depend on circumstances. She is constant, immutable, loyal. And when you trust in this, your soul finds rest even in the midst of the storm. Because you know that your story is being written with purpose. That nothing is in vain. And that everything that passes through my hands will be used for your growth. Gratitude protects your mind. It blocks destructive thoughts, unfair comparisons, feelings of failure. When you give thanks, you silence the voices of fear. And you allow my voice to echo with more strength. You begin to see with the eyes of faith, hear with the ears of the Spirit, discern with wisdom. And this places you at the center of my will. Gratitude is spiritual maturity. It is the fruit of solid faith. It is the recognition that my presence is worth more than any achievement. That being with me is greater than achieving any goal. That the peace that I give you does not depend on what you have, but on what you are in me. And you are my son. Chosen. Restored. Sustained. Loved with everlasting love. Don't live waiting for everything to be perfect to be grateful. The perfection you imagine will not come from the world, but from my constant action within you. Because as long as you are on earth, there will be challenges. But there will also be grace. There will be strength. There will be my company. And whoever lives with this awareness lives well. Live lightly. Live whole. Because you know that every day is a chance to see me in detail. You were supported by me on days when no one imagined how far you were about to fall. You took a deep breath in moments when your heart couldn't take it anymore. And yet, you continued. This is also a miracle. And your gratitude for these secret, silent moments, hidden from human eyes, is what activates new layers of my glory over your life. Remember where you've been. Remember who you were before you knew me deeply. See how much your soul has matured. How your faith grew. How your way of feeling and seeing was shaped. It wasn't you who transformed alone. It was me. And every transformation that begins in me ends in completeness. So don't stop now. Thank you. Even for what hasn't come yet. Because the faith that gives thanks before the answer is the faith that honors me. You will see that by cultivating a grateful heart, your words will change. Your thoughts will be lighter. Your healthier relationships. Your steps are firmer. Because gratitude changes the inside, and the inside transforms the outside. It aligns you with the sky. Connects you with my presence. And prepare your spirit to receive more. Keep more, and remain more. Many are tired not because of what they experience, but because of the way they see what they experience. And gratitude corrects vision. She takes her focus off the problem and returns her gaze to me. And when you look at me, everything aligns. Because where I am, there is clarity. And I am with you. Therefore, I invite you today to make gratitude your new habit. Not just a reaction, but a practice. Give thanks when you wake up, before you even know what the day will be like. Give thanks when you go to bed, even if not everything went as planned. Be grateful for people, even the difficult ones, they are also playing a role in your process. Be grateful for the pain that matured you. For the silence that taught you to listen. For the weight that taught you to trust. And when your soul forgets, I will be here to remind you. Because it is in gratitude that you flourish. It is there that your faith finds roots. And it is there that the harvest becomes abundant. Nothing pleases me more than a heart that knows how to recognize what I do, even when it doesn't seem big to human eyes. Because for me, everything that is done with faith is great. Everything that comes from a sincere heart is precious. I chose you to live in this dimension. A life that does not depend on circumstances to be at peace. A life sustained by presence, not performance. A life where gratitude is your song, your rest, your way of worshiping me in everything. And that's why you're here now. Because I wanted you to hear this. To let you know that nothing went unnoticed. That I continue with you. And may your every gesture of gratitude become a perfume before the throne. Live with gratitude. Because whoever lives like this is already living heaven on earth. And this is where everything starts again. Because gratitude prepares you to hear my voice once again. And when you're ready to continue, remember, I chose you now. Because the cycle of favor never ends. He just starts over, for those who live with a willing heart. And yours, I've already seen it. And in him, I rejoice. You were my choice for this time. Nothing happened by accident. I planned every aspect of your journey here so that your spirit would be in front of my voice right now. I am aware that you have been asking a lot of questions and that there are evenings when you can't sleep because you're waiting for a response. Here she is. This word is the sign you have been longing for, and I am your God. I was there for you even when you felt alone. Every quiet thought, every tear, every moment when your heart wanted to give up. I witnessed everything. Nevertheless, I backed you. Because I was aware that the time for your response would arrive. Today is that day. This message is a spiritual key that unlocks a new chapter in your life. It is more than just words. However, I require your undivided attention. Because what I'm going to share calls for surrender, faith, and concentration. After this word, nothing will be insignificant. I'm calling you to something more than merely consoling you. Something is changing. And it revolves around you. I have seen your tenacity and fight, even when it appeared like despondency might prevail. I admire your bravery. And I proclaim in front of the sky today that it is now time to see what I have in store. Don't pass up this opportunity. Because you can miss the greatest miracle in your life if you close your heart today. And I tell this not to frighten you, but to help you become more spiritually aware that every promise has a specific time. And this is the moment that will change your life. The moment when the immobilized object begins to move. The moment when the seemed unattainable becomes feasible. The moment when the supernatural is triggered by your faith. Thus, be sure that your delivery is correct. With trust, not with dread. If your soul senses that I'm calling you and your heart accepts what I'm saying, then materialize it right away. I receive this word, because I know it is God speaking to me, is a faith-based comment. In the spiritual realm, this small deed is a seed. It serves as evidence that your religion is active rather than passive. I respect every step of faith, no matter how tiny. Because great miracles start like that. The first step is this. How you react to this word will also influence how prepared you are for the following step. Do not be alarmed. Avoid hiding. I'm speaking to you urgently, yet with affection. Because the promises you've been holding for years are coming true, and a window is suddenly open. Through my voice, promises that were dormant are now coming to life. Pay close attention. Feel the already started activity in your spirit. Heaven is working. Angels are positioning themselves. And I'm going to accomplish something that nothing can stop. You're not only here to provide consolation. Activation is the reason you are here. The new season is about to begin. I also hold your hand. Open your heart now, for I will start to show you what I have let into your life in the words that follow. You won't be the same when you're done listening. Because the moment of completion draws near, there are times when my voice reverberates more forcefully. And this is a time like that. I didn't bring you here to listen to empty promises or lovely words. It's time to make a decision, which is why I brought you. I am offering you the chance to alter your story, but you will only be able to seize it if you have trust. I've already prepared my benediction. Neither your human circumstances nor your reasoning will determine what I have in store for you. Your willingness to believe determines this. Because everything I have to offer you is already available, but it only gets to those who have the courage to believe in me, even if they can't see. I urge you to have faith in your spirit's feelings rather than what your eyes perceive. Because no one who follows their beliefs will ever be ashamed. I call you to a different era. A moment when your obedience will be the soil in which I grow your miracle, your trust will be your nutrition, and your choice will be your key. Before believing, many people wait for something to change in their environment. On the contrary, I urge you to have faith before everything changes. Now believe. Even in the absence of proof or obvious indications. The faith that comes before the blessing is the one that I respect. The one who has faith even when it looks like there is no sound. I realize it's not easy. However, I am also aware of who you are. I am familiar with your framework. I am aware of your abilities. I didn't pick you by accident, and I don't talk to you by accident. On the days when no one else noticed you, I saw your heart. In order for you to observe what I do with people who persevere despite their fatigue, I am lifting you up now. With those who persevere despite their lack of strength. Even in the absence of assurances, with believers. Listening to a call is not all you are doing. They're positioning you. I am prioritizing you over a spiritual choice. A choice that will alter the course of history. Because more than just words will be needed for what is about to unfold. Will need to be delivered. Have faith. Placement. The unseen has already been swayed in your favor by me. I'm waiting for your reply now. And just as this word touched you, it must reach others. Don't keep what I've unleashed to yourself. Spread the news to everyone you care about, since your action will reach others as well. This is an instrument of my activity, not merely a video. Sharing allows you to participate in the wonder of another person's life. You turn into a conduit for my speech. Additionally, everyone who extends love will get unquantifiable gifts. Without realizing it, the person who feels embarrassed by my behavior shuts doors. However, the one who shares my message sows the seeds of change in many people's hearts. So don't think twice. Allow this call to transcend national boundaries. With faith, share today, knowing that this small deed could be the long-awaited answer to someone's prayer. And others will be impacted in the same way that you were. I am giving you the strength to follow instructions, the audacity to believe, and the wisdom to make the correct decision. Because things have already begun to line up as you hear my voice. You are at the heart of an unseen revolution that is taking place. Angels are coming with detailed instructions for your family, house, and finances. You requested assistance. I intervene in response. But keep in mind that I work in places where people have faith. Anywhere there is room. Where deliveries are made. Doubts cannot confine my miracle. Where disbelief rules, my presence does not reside. Consequently, let your heart to be totally open. Don't withhold anything. Do not be alarmed. I support you in every way. And I'll start showing you what's going to be unlocked in the following few words. Remain vigilant. Because the one who keeps going will see. And the one who has faith will be blessed. You sense what I'm doing already. My voice is recognized by something in your spirit. It's a spiritual awakening rather than merely a fleeting feeling. Areas that were dormant are being touched by me. I am rekindling the fire of your optimism. Within you, a movement has begun at this very moment. And I'm the one who made that movement, not you. I am devoted to seeing it through to completion because I began something in you. I got you ready for this. I was guiding your feet here, even when it looked like there was no way forward. Every second helped to mold your heart, even if you felt like you had squandered it. Your spirit can hear my speech more clearly now. You are being purified in your faith. We're expanding your view. And I'm prepared to give you more than you asked for. Your current feelings are confirmation rather than perplexity. Don't isolate yourself. Avoid being sidetracked. Because every word I say has power, life, and direction. This message is meant to align you, not to amuse you. The whole heavens are watching this moment. You must choose between staying the same spiritually and fully opening up to what I have in store for you. I've already issued the order, but you still have the last say. And nothing can stop it once I let go. Give this word your whole attention. She was set free on purpose. It isn't generic. It's for you. For you, yes. Since I am an intimate, personal God, I am aware of your thoughts before you ever say them. And I made the decision to talk to you in a straightforward, revolutionary manner today. You demanded a response, and it has now been provided. However, it requires a response. Just one step. Yes, I see. You let the gates of heaven open for you when you listen to my voice. You seal your harvest in the Spirit when you choose to listen to me intently and with trust. There are blessings hanging above your life, just ready to come down with your consent. And giving permission involves saying, yes, surrender, and willing to accept without protest. It's not necessary for you to comprehend everything right now. Simply have faith. I'll finish it. Your response is being heard if you experience a sense of calm while listening to these words. And the indication of my presence is this tranquility. I am the God who works in the unseen yet makes an appearance when the moment is perfect. And now is the moment. Not only are you being given promises, but you are also being set up to fulfill them. Whatever the situation may be. No matter what reality surrounds you, my word is more important. Therefore, affirm your submission with attitudes of faith if this message has already affected your heart and you know that I talk to you. Simply but effectively, show your support for this cause by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Because you can relate to the flow of my presence when you can relate to my voice. I have utilized this channel as a tool to contact others, including you. And the wise man stays where he receives spiritual sustenance. And this is only the start of what I have to share. The sentences that follow will provide precise directives and assurances that will unlock parts of your life that have been stagnant. You'll see why certain doors haven't opened sooner and why there are so many delays. However, it all begins with your affirmative. Remain with me. Don't lose your heart. Because I will start revealing the specifics of the promise that is already underway in a few minutes. You'll realize that your waiting, crying, and resisting weren't in vain. A harvest is being prepared. And people are remembering your fidelity before me. Don't give up just yet. Go ahead. As the finest is still to come. You are no longer stopped by anything. Your triumph has already been released by me. Already, the stars have shifted in your favor. The period of inaction, locked doors, and waiting is ending. I issued directives that will shatter the barriers that encircled you. The power of my word is now unlocking what appeared to be barred and unattainable. You won't get the response you were hoping for tomorrow. Today, it has already begun to show up. Because my words do not return empty when I speak. It accomplishes the reason it was delivered. And to open your life, this word was sent. I have witnessed your loyalty throughout times of adversity. I noticed your silent prayers. When it looked like all was gone, I witnessed your resistance. You have no idea how much your continued faith, despite my lack of evidence, warmed my heart. As your father, I am here now to formally declare your freedom. Now, what was obstructed flows. Lightness will replace the weight. The gloom will give way to brightness. Already, the environment is shifting around you. Because nothing remains the same where my word enters. Get your heart ready for the days ahead. They won't be widespread. You will see my hand clearly. Those who have been ignoring you will begin to take attention. Resources that were distant will start to approach. You will receive the favor that appeared to be reserved for others. Because even in the midst of the desert, there are those who I remember who still believe. Your tenacity was a cry. You showed faith by being patient. And I respect people who follow me even if they don't comprehend my methods. Modify your expectations. Avoid viewing today as a mirror image of yesterday. I've never done anything like this before. Your spirit is already starting to sense it, even if your eyes haven't seen it yet. Heaven has signed your victory. My name is sealed on it. And nobody can undo what I seal. Don't let uncertainty take away from what I've already published. There has never been a better moment to believe. To act bravely. To announce, even if one does not fully comprehend the situation. You are so close to winning that you can already feel it inside of you. The emotion that makes you want to cry, the warmth in your chest, and the tiny sense of calm you are experiencing right now are all signs from the Spirit that I am acting. I'm acting inside of you, not just around you. Because I must first change your insides before I can change your reality. Your perspective on the world around you, your faith, and your vision are where change starts. And I announce that this will be the most productive cycle of your life to date since you were responsive to my voice and did not harden your heart when I called. I haven't yet shown you what I prepared. You'll see, though. And you'll know that I, the Lord, did it when you see it. So that the credit does not go to anybody. So that everyone is aware that I am the source of the triumph. And trusting people are never perplexed. Now, as a sign of trust, leave a remark below with the number 7777 where you are. Throughout your life, this number is a spiritual sign from the entire sky. It is a seal of prophecy for what is already happening. It's location, not superstition. You are endorsing what I have said by leaving a remark in faith. You are saying, I believe, even without seeing, and you get even more favor from this agreement. You're speaking to me, you know that. My voice is already familiar to your soul. Don't resist, then. Take a position. Because now is the moment to follow in the footsteps of a victor. The opportunity to talk as though you've already been given it. The moment has come for someone who already possesses the promise to take action. Because your triumph has already occurred in the spiritual realm. And now it simply shows up day by day, step by step, in its own time. Remain with me. Because I'm not done telling you what's going to happen. It will also be larger than you anticipate. Your provider is me. The God who fulfills, not merely the God who makes promises. The one who recognizes your need before you do. I had already planned your escape before scarcity encircled you. I had already placed my resource order before the debt appeared. I look at everything. I have complete control over everything that occurs. And I want to remind you one more today that you are not alone. I'll look after you. You have attempted to maintain several aspects of your life on your own. You've been having trouble staying balanced and using your weary hands to handle things. However, I advise you to let go. Get some rest. You weren't made to shoulder the burden that only I can. Give me the thing that has been keeping you up at night. Because I multiply when you give it to me. I maintain when you trust me. I begin to behave freely once you cease dominating. I provide more than just money. It affects your relationships, decisions, spirituality, emotions, and pathways. When anxiousness attempts to take over, it's me who brings you calm. When no one else can relate to your suffering, it's me who gives you consolation. When everything seems unclear, it's me who helps you make sense of it. I've taken care of you completely. I provide all the information. You shouldn't consider your money account to be your source. Go beyond what your normal sight can see. For whoever walks with me is a person of faith, and a person of faith will never be left without anything. You're not yet aware of my sources. I have the ability to unlock doors you were unaware existed. You wouldn't believe who I can utilize. I am the God who provides supply at the most unexpected moment and from the most unusual source. Think about all the times you feared it wouldn't work and yet everything worked out. How many times did I find a way out when there was none? How many times did I undo what seemed to be lost? What gives you the impression that things will be different now? I've remained the same. You are being nourished now and tomorrow by the same God who provided for you yesterday. Because my faithfulness is based on who I am, not on the situation. Stop worrying. You get exhausted, confused, and distracted from my voice when you are restless. However, your faith blossoms, your heart settles, and your intellect aligns when you rest in me. And miracles take place in this atmosphere of faith. Those who live frantically, caught in control, will not see that the season of your harvest has already begun. Those who expect without assurances and believe without sight will experience it. In the desert, manna is sent by me, the God. The widow's oil multiplies. With what little you have in your hands, you can feed a multitude. Today, I'm the same. And I'll repeat what I did previously. However, I'll do it even better with you. As your tale is being crafted with eternal goals in mind. Your existence is not in vain. Your faith is being shaped, your confidence is growing, and you are learning to rely on me in everything. I'm sending you a provision that goes beyond today. It's to start a fresh cycle. I am creating a new level, a new foundation, and a new way of being. Fear of missing has been replaced with the belief that there will always be. Because there is plenty where there is obedience. And you really have been searching for me. You have returned to me despite misgivings and setbacks. And I respect that. I've got your tomorrow covered. You only need to have faith, you don't need to forecast. I have already visited your future and made all the necessary preparations. If you walk with me, you'll witness possibilities emerge where walls once stood, doors open with ease, and answers arise before you ever ask the questions. Your father is me. Furthermore, a devoted father never deserts a kid in his care. Don't look back regretfully or compare yourself to others. Take a look at me. As I am the one who is rooting for you. I am the one who guides you. And I've already started my supply. Behind the scenes, problems in your life are being sorted as you hear these words. And what appears like a promise today will soon become your new reality. Have faith. I agree with you. And I'm not going to fail. What I have already decided for your life cannot be stopped. The arrangements I have set for you cannot be undone by any negative statement, opposing power, or bad event. I stand by what I said, and my words don't come back to me empty. She makes her way forward like a sword, like fire, like a swift wind, creating a way where none existed before. I promise you now that nothing will stop me from releasing what I have. You've been waiting a long time already. Have there ever been doubters and people telling you it wouldn't work around you? However, I am neither a guy who lies nor a son of man who has second thoughts. I will provide what I promised. And since I am the one standing by you, you will not falter even if the opposing forces attempt to undermine you. If you fall, I'll pick you up with my hand. And since I am your everlasting rock, you won't be destroyed even if everything around you seems to fall apart. Those who attempted to stop you will realize that I made the decision for you. Those who questioned your promise will see it come to pass. Not to exact retribution, but to elevate my name. Even those who do not believe will have to acknowledge that it was my hand because of how tremendous, how obvious, and how amazing what I will do in your life will be. You don't have to provide evidence, justification, or self-defense. At the appropriate moment, I shall elevate you personally. Remove the thoughts that are limiting you now. The notion that you are unworthy, incapable, or insufficient should be abandoned. I empowered the selected rather than selecting the competent. And I choose you out. You bear promises that came from my heart, not from yours. And since it bears the weight of eternity, when I put a word in someone's heart, that word is fulfilled. You are my cherished kid, not just any old person. Avoid comparing yourself to other people. I'm doing something special with you. You still don't fully get the spiritual reasons behind the seemingly lengthier route. I was refining, fortifying, and guarding you. Now that your roots are deeper and you are more ready, start producing fruit. It will also be quick. I can turn something that took years to construct into days. Because I have no boundaries. All I need is a willing heart, I don't require much time. And your heart is reacting already. Your faith has already begun to move. You've already seen a change within yourself. This indicates that things will alter in the future as well. The promise will start to match your reality. And what was only a word will turn into a reality. What was unseen will become into evidence. You will still be alive to witness my miracles. The bonds are being broken as you read these words. There is a silencing of thoughts of defeat. Sentences that contradict are being cancelled. And I'll employ the exact same strategy the opponent attempted to stop you to give you a boost. Don't be afraid. Because whoever starts a good thing is faithful to see it through to completion. And I am that. The one who initiated everything in you. And your wonderful conclusion will be me. If this word has already made you feel stronger and you know that I talk to you, then show your trust by watching this video right now. In the natural world, this straightforward action symbolizes a spiritual understanding in the unseen world. I respect all religious attitudes, even the most basic ones. By like, you are expressing, I receive, I believe, I do not doubt, because you are displaying indications that heaven is in harmony with your heart. You don't know what your faith can do. Big spiritual doors are opened by small acts of faith. And because of you, doors have already begun to open. A new era is emerging all around you. And what I have already begun cannot be stopped by anyone. Listen carefully, for I will start to comfort you profoundly in the next minutes. I also want to mend your heart since winning is insufficient. And that begins right now. Your tears were visible to me. They didn't all fall in vain. I picked each one under the watchful eye of an unfathomably loving Father. There were evenings when no one paid attention to the silent screams coming from your heart. However, I took note. On the exterior, you could have had a grin, but on the inside, you were in pieces. I was also present. I was closer than ever, even when you believed I had drifted away. When everything around you was crumbling, I watched you attempting to remain strong. I witnessed your effort to maintain your faith in the face of adversity. When you ran out of things to say, I observed your hands lifted in prayer. I was working, even if you believed I was quiet. Because I gathered every tear like a seed when you were crying. And now it's time for harvest. Your suffering wasn't in vain. She created something timeless. The sky was moved by her. I alone am aware of the burden you bore. Without understanding your struggle, many people glanced at you and made judgments. However, I witnessed everything. I witnessed the times you were deceived, neglected, and humiliated. And I tell you now that you will be recognized for your triumph over adversity rather than your suffering. It will be my hand that raised you up, not your falls, that will identify you. For I am the God who alters the course of history. And yours is currently evolving. I can fix you if you're not too broken. On the contrary, I create everything fresh amid brokenness. I am drawn to your frailty rather than turned off by it. After all, my strength is perfected in your weakness. And I pour out twice as much sympathy on you now. I tend to wounds that nobody is aware of. I look for the memories that still cause you pain. Pains that appeared buried are healed by me. This is a period of recovery. A moment when I restore your happiness in addition to wiping away your tears. One day, I will trade your sorrow for triumphant melodies and your mourning for dancing. A moment when your spirit will once more breathe freely. You no longer have to bear your burdens by yourself. I'm present. You have my support. I give you a hug. I accompany you on your walk. I also beg that you spread the news since I know that many people are experiencing the same suffering that you have. Right now, people are pleading for help, a sign, and hope. By sharing, you allow others to experience my presence. You turn into a conduit for my affection and a healing tool. Additionally, I will reach everyone in new dimensions who is eager to listen to me speak. Additionally, please subscribe to this channel if you were moved by this word or felt my touch via it. It's a sign of a spiritual commitment, not merely a button you press. You may connect with the source where I continue to speak, teach, heal, and refresh by subscribing. I want to give you something greater. And I'll carry this out down avenues like these, where your spirit gets nourishment. It won't be in vain. Your suffering will be turned into meaning. There will be unexpected fresh starts in your narrative. And just as I consoled you today, you will be a mouth to console others. Because everything you are going through now will eventually serve as a testament to help those who are still going through this. Remain with me. Because there will be joy at the conclusion of what begins with sorrow. I will demonstrate to you in the next moments that I am not just by your side, but also your protector. And that all of the suffering you endured was actually the environment in which I strengthened you. Your recovery is only the beginning, so get ready. I have a lot more to share yet. And it will be magnificent. Your God is me. Your tears were visible to me. And with my love, I repair you now. Your protection is me. In times of conflict, I am your shield. I am the first to rise when the winds turn against you. I put myself between you and the threat before the opponent even considers assaulting you. Nothing can affect you without going through me. Nothing enters your life without first discovering my presence all around you. Because everyone touches you makes me happy because you are mine. You were perceived by many as weak, exposed, and defenseless. They had no idea, however, that an unseen army was around them. They had no idea that I was your unbreakable barrier, your wall of fire, and your powerful tower. You are unaware of the number of wars I have waged for you in silence. How many traps were put up and then undone before you even knew it? While you slept, I battled for you. While you believed nothing was occurring, I stood up for you. I didn't overlook the threats that were made against your life. One by one, I saw them. Before they developed, I eliminated a few. I gave others permission to approach in order to test your heart, increase your trust, and demonstrate your abilities while under my care. However, I never, ever left you in danger. I was there to support, protect, and conceal your spirit inside me, even throughout the most trying battles. Areas of your life that you believed to be safe were targeted by the adversary. He attempted to take away your tranquility, self-assurance, and emotional well-being. However, I preserved your spirit. What was most valuable about you, your spirit's connection to me, was beyond his reach. And even when everything seemed to be falling apart, you were able to stay strong because of this connection and relationship between us. Because you were protected by my mercy, while others relied on human tactics. My presence is what keeps you going, not your strength. It's in my favor, not yours, that ensures success. So don't be afraid of those who stand up. Don't be afraid of the sound of threats or the force of an assault. No one will succeed, yet many will oppose you. Since I'm with you, I fight your battles. And the power of your God, not the quantity of your adversaries, determines victory. I am also unbeatable. Situations will continue to attempt to emerge. There will be words that are just meant to cause you to question. However, you already recognize yourself in me. As you are already aware, I am your refuge. Run to me when you're afraid. Remind yourself that I am the one around you whenever you feel encircled. He firmly asserts, "My God is my shield," when doubt tries to creep in, since acknowledging my protection awakens a trust inside you that makes you unstoppable. Furthermore, it makes no difference how many weapons there are, how hard the days are, or how massive the adversaries are. I'm larger. I have more strength. I never die. And nothing, nothing at all, can oppose my order. The darkness moves away from me wherever I go. Where I walk, wickedness crumbles. You accompany me on our walks. Thus, even when your path appears perplexing, it is encircled with triumph. Believe me, for my fidelity never fails. Don't be fooled by outside sounds. The hidden location where you and I meet is where the true battle is won. I prepare you, evaluate you, and strengthen you there. I provide you with tactics there that will perplex the knowledgeable. In the middle of turmoil, I bring tranquility there. That's why your spirit gets peace even when you're fighting. Because there is rest where I am. I'm in you, too. Lift your head. Raise your shoulders. As someone who trusts their protector, not as someone who confronts their adversaries. The assurance of my presence, not the lack of threats, is what makes you secure. And I promise you that nothing can defeat you as long as you walk with me. Storms may come, but you will not waver. Since I make you firm, you have my support. Your protection is me. I'm in front of you, too. Always. My justice will arrive soon. It won't be long either. I've witnessed everything. Every slight, every remark directed at you, every act of generosity that was really meant to cause you pain. I witnessed your unjustified exclusion. I witnessed the time when your heart was hated. I witnessed the time you were charged with something you never did. I also kept everything. My righteousness has a precise time, and that moment has arrived, not because I neglected to do it. You believed nobody was observing. That nobody was interested. That even the heavens couldn't see your suffering. However, I can now assure you that nothing was overlooked before me. I documented every detail. In order to bring you justice, I'm currently moving heaven and earth. Because you refrained from using your own hands to get retribution. Evil was not repaid by you. You simply stopped talking and went on. And your loudest cry was that quiet. I listened. The justice that emanates from me repairs as well as corrects. I came to set things in order, not only to point out the mistake. I give the honor back. Your name is cleared. I put back what was taken. And I glorify myself in front of everyone who silently respects me. You believed that you had squandered time, space, and chances. However, everything was spared. Everything will now be given back. With a desire for fame. Even now, some circumstances are still being aligned. Those who have wronged you will start to see my hand raising you up. To let everyone know that I am God, not to exact retribution. That I'm reasonable. That I will not let the injustice done to me being unpunished. And I arrange your rising while many wait for your demise. I make you stronger while they wait for you weak. As they jeer, I honorably crown you. Confusion won't exist anymore. I'm delivering freedom, transparency, and clarity. I'm altering the rules. For those who ascended with falsehoods, the truth will rise with strength. And nobody can stop me once I start acting. My presence will damage your reputation. From now on, your tale shall be recounted through my justice's eyes. And I will be with you, and everyone will witness it. Therefore, don't try to defend yourself right away. My voice serves as your defense, not arguments. For you, I talk. I enter areas that are inaccessible to you. I overturn unfair verdicts, break unfair punishments, and clear the way where human wickedness has stopped it. I am your devoted judge. And I've already pounded the hammer home, justice is due. Rest in peace. I remember my commitments. No suffering goes unacknowledged by me. After testing, you will now receive approval. Despite your wounds, you will now get anointing. You will now be remembered after being forgotten. Because my moment has here, and it brings the change your spirit has been longing for. You will witness that, even though you didn't anticipate it. And you'll know I accomplished it when it occurs. It wasn't a stroke of luck. It was no accident. It was the justice of God. Additionally, please share this video right now since there are others who also require this justice. Some people need to know that I notice them too because they feel mistreated and neglected. You provide hope when you share. You become my restoration's conduit. And I will eventually raise up everyone who contributes to the uplift of others. Remain resilient. Because you were not prepared for what was waiting for you beyond the suffering. It will not be a change, rather, it will be a revolution. I am creating a new chapter, and it starts with dignity, fairness, and replenishment rather than loss. And from now on, you will be remembered for what I have done in you rather than what was done to you. Your God is me. And my justice has come. The door is ajar. It's not just any door, either. It is the entrance to the commitment I maintained for this period of your existence. You frequently questioned when things would get better and when the challenging period would end, and you would get the promises I made to you in my prayers, dreams, and prophecies. Now, with divine power, I inform you that the moment has arrived. All you need to do is go through the door of promise with trust. It is wide open in front of you. Old cycles are no longer an issue for you. You are poised to go from a period of waiting to one of manifestation, and you are on the spiritual threshold. I observed your faithfulness in a little way. Even though I didn't comprehend, I saw you walking. Thus, I unlocked the door that no one could shut. This door is the outcome of my promise with you, not your good fortune or power. Where there are no pathways, I create them. Where there were just walls, I made escapes. I also made it possible for you to unlock a new level today. There is much more to this door than just tangible progress. It brings inner peace, healing, reconciliation, a new beginning, joy that has been returned, a revitalized sense of purpose, and an enlarged vision. Crossing it gives you a new identity in me, not simply a way to escape issues. Because I change your mind, spirit, and perspective on the world with every step you take in faith. However, I must disclose to you a spiritual principle: even though the door is open, you must choose to step through it. I don't push you forward. I extend an invitation. I make a call. And I'm calling you in today. Because people will never be the same after choosing to cross with faith. On the opposite side lies the blessing. However, the crossing calls for bravery, faith, and surrender. Emotional prisons, past guilt, and old baggage cannot be carried with you. Only spiritual lightness is able to pass through this door. Your spirit already senses that something fresh is in store for you. Now that you've reached a moment of activation, your spirit is at ease. It all begins with the choice you make. I've already made it available. It's your time now. And if you react with trust, you will observe how quickly things start to go your way. It will flow. What was before stopped. What seems dead will come back to life. You will no longer be controlled by what hurt you. I say this with love: don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't give up. Don't accept the suffering you are already familiar with. You were made to live completely, not to survive. And the opposite of obedience is fullness. A profound calling is now resonating within of you. It's me, you know. It seems like I'm calling you. Next, take the action. Allow your faith to carry you to places where mere power cannot. I crossed the door of promise is the final statement to cement this choice in the spiritual. This action is a prophetic seal, not just a gesture. By writing this, you are announcing to the spiritual community that you have answered the call, that you have stepped out of the past, and that you have entered the new. And every declaration made in faith is respected by me. This is your affirmation of a new era. It is no accident that you are here. This message is the affirmation your soul has been seeking. It's up to you now. For you, I opened the door. You got my call. And if you react confidently, things will start to shift around you. Since the heavens have already shifted. The situation has already shifted. And you have the power to choose the key that opens the miracle. I'll help you overcome what was preventing you from moving forward in the next minutes. It is necessary to close another door. And I'll help you with this procedure. But first, have a party. Because your narrative changed today. You made the commitment today. And you won't believe the size of what I have planned. Your God is me. And it was me that let you through that door. Go in. As everything is prepared beforehand. The door was shut. Not by accident. Not by choice. However, by my hand. I personally broke long-term cycles of imprisonment today. Harmful cycles that are silent. Patterns that kept you stuck in a rut, caught between unsuccessful attempts, emotional breakdowns, unsuitable partnerships, and feelings of inadequacy. I observed your attempts to escape, but you were constantly drawn back by something. You seem to be moving forward while wearing shackles. However, I broke those bonds today. And I used my authority to block the entrance that evil had entered. You were unaware of the spaces that were open. Traumas, profanity, past transgressions, toxic relationships, and intense phobias may all open emotional floodgates. Things that were sown during painful times and turned into openings for the enemy to attack you. However, I made everything public today. I played where no one could touch me today. Enough is enough, I said authoritatively. We're going to stop using this port. Your life will no longer be accessible to that which came to ruin you for her. I witnessed the extent of your oppression without knowing why. Even on good days, I observed your smothered spirit, your jumbled thoughts, and your sad heart when you woke up. They were spiritual relics of the unfinished business. But it was now. It's due of my strength and not yours. I released you today from agreements you were unaware of. About what they said to you years ago. From previous partnerships that bound you to a history that I had already let go of but that the adversary continued to exploit against you. You will never go back to what caused you pain. What made you unwell will no longer appeal to you. Because I used the seal of eternity to shut the door of evil. And the spirit within of you will warn you that this location is already locked each time you attempt to return. This cycle is already over. That period of time has over. You were taken to another dimension by me. It's forward now. It's up now. It's at my pace now. I shut the door of guilt, too. Because the memory of your failure was more important to you than the ability to forgive me. However, I can't recall what you regretfully admitted. The accuser is the one who demands to remember. However, he was unable to get entrance. He discovered the blood after slamming the door. Lamb's blood. Furthermore, there is no place for accusations where there is blood. Only redemption is possible. And now that the door has been shut, I am free to guide you. Your thoughts will become obvious. Your feelings will level out. You will make more resolute judgments. The intensity of your prayers will increase. Because you're being positioned, liberated, and cleansed. At this same instant, a spiritual lightness starts to rise inside you. It's an indication that oppression is waning. Being uprooted is what smothered you. Stay away from what I closed. Even if you are called to the past. Even if someone shows up to remind you of who you were, what you did, and where you went wrong. You're gone now. You were saved by me. I changed you. And anyone who attempts to minimize you to your history will come up against what I said was new. You're a brand new animal. Furthermore, the new only lasts till the old door is finally shut. Please subscribe to this channel immediately if my presence has spoken to you and if my words are empowering and liberating you. This is a spiritual reaction, not merely a click. By registering, you commit to the atmosphere in which I continue to pour out change, healing, guidance, and discoveries. I've reached you in part through this route. And I'd want to go on. Considering that I have a lot more to tell you. The voice that summoned you here should not be disregarded. She released you, not condemned you. And the person I let free will never be the same again. This will not be a short-lived, sentimental release. It will be profound, long-lasting, and progressive. Since your life is now sealed off. A seal indicating that you have been taken out of the shadows and brought into the light. The seal that paralyzed you is no longer in charge. And may I, your Father, who loved you before the earth was ever created, keep writing your tale with honesty and kindness. Keep an eye out. Because I'm going to teach you how to ride the new one in a few minutes. You may now walk with firmness, purpose, and lightness since the door of evil has been shut. Your surroundings will mirror the transformation that started inside of you. And everyone will be aware that God Himself closed what was closed. No one can unlock doors that I, the Lord, close. I also closed the thing that was causing you pain today. Now take a stroll. Because your soul is at rest at last, and the road is plain. Go ahead and walk now that one door has been opened and the other closed. Don't turn back now. You are no longer controlled by what happened. I'm calling you to take a different route. The days of being afraid are past. The period of inactivity is finished. I want you to go on from today with the fresh start I gave you. You're free today, regardless of how long you've been mired in the past. And there is mobility when there is freedom. And there's a purpose where there's movement with me. You weren't meant to live in spiritual, emotional, or familial devastation. I didn't make you in order to preserve a painful narrative. You were created to live a new narrative that I wrote with my light, led by my voice, and held up by my hand. And the steps of trust are where this narrative starts. Running is not necessary. All you have to do is walk. One step at a time. I'm expecting compliance, not speed. And everyone who follows me, even if they walk slowly, always makes it to their destination. Some benefits are only available after taking the initial step. Some insights will only become apparent along the journey. Even if you can't see everything right now, you'll see enough to be confident. I'll give you instructions one by one, signs by signs, and confirmations by confirmations. I will lead you in tranquility every day. The fact that you are beginning to experience inner calm is evidence that you are on the correct track. The light is guiding you, you are not moving in the dark. Avoid evaluating yourself against other people's speed. Refrain from listening to others around you who complain about your tardiness. I am already repairing the time you believe you have lost. Time is ruled by me. A day can be worth 1,000 years in my opinion. And it just takes a moment to change 1,000 years. I only have to say one word to make a difference. And you have already received that word. They've already activated the new one. And everything in your immediate vicinity will start to conform to this reality. In the next months, you won't recognize your own life. I'll alter your habits, relationships, surroundings, and mindset. Those who delay will be eliminated, while those who boost will be added. I'll block access points that deplete you and create avenues for your advancement. You are currently experiencing this change. Because of this, a lot of items no longer taste the same. For the current cycle, what nourished you in the previous one is no longer useful. You're getting a whole renewal. Be brave and walk. Even if fear still exists. Because being courageous means overcoming fear rather than being fearless. I agree with you. And I'm watching every move you make. You're not going to trip. And I'll catch you if you trip. I didn't call you to let you fail. To get to the finish, I phoned you. And the conclusion I have in store is one of glory rather than disaster. Your journey's conclusion will be even more exquisite than its start. Because redemptive endings are my specialty. But in order to achieve that, you must let go of the things that formerly defined who you are. You're no longer the one who is forgotten, the one who gets hurt, the one who is rejected, the one who constantly loses, and the one who keeps going back to the same place. You no longer believe this to be true. You are now a son who is loved, set free, healed, sent, selected, ready, and empowered. Begin living as though you believe this. Because you will carry out my plan more fully the more you perceive yourself as I do. And if this word resonates with you, leave a remark right now saying, I choose to walk with God. This is where you are spiritually. It is inscribed in the unseen as your yes, amen, and step. Declaring this with faith seals the alliance with the new and the split with the old and the spiritual realm. I respect religious attitudes, but I also read hearts. And in my hands, every honest phrase turns into a key. Don't disregard this call. This term isn't simply pleasant. It's a spiritual directive. You weren't told to stop and listen. You were commanded to walk and listen. And whomever travels beside me does not go in vain, in alone, or in emptiness. I gave your steps purpose. You will also start to see indications that the way is opening all around you throughout the course of the following few days. Dreams from the past will come back. There will be new concepts. People will be drawn to you for no apparent reason. This will all serve as proof that you are on the right side, in the right location, and at the right moment. Maintain that speed. Even if it's sluggish. Even if you're exhausted. Proceed. Since I am with you. And we shall triumphantly finish the journey we began together. The new has already started. Additionally, the person I walk with will never be the same. I am the God who ends cycles, opens doors, and walks with those who have faith in me. And with authority and affection, I tell you to go for a stroll today. Because you've already started your new season. Additionally, nothing is preventing you from moving forward. The key is mercy. Among the strongest I've ever given you. Heaven comes to you via her, not because of your worth but because of her compassion. And I call you to release others, just as I receive from you. Because you harvest abundantly what you sow in the Spirit. And kindness comes to those who sow it. Freedom belongs to the one who extends forgiveness. I'll hoist whoever puts out his hand when the moment is perfect. You were successful because I chose to love you despite all of your flaws, not because you are flawless. I encourage you to live by the same concept now that this love has changed you. Being as kind to others as I am to you. The measure of compassion should be used instead of the ruler of accusation. Because many people around you need guidance, encouragement, and someone who patiently demonstrates the path, not judgment. You are reflecting who I am when you show mercy. You start to reflect my personality. You provide dignity to those who have been rejected, solace to those who weep, and hope to those who have fallen. You begin to see past the mistake, the look, and the suffering. And that is what my kingdom is all about. A kingdom that rebuilds, repairs, and starts over. Some benefits are directly related to how you treat other people. The way you love, forgive, and serve is inextricably linked to your spiritual life. If faith does not become mercy, it becomes sterile. However, I enhance your ability to receive when you let the love I give you spill out onto other people. Since I know you won't withhold, I offer you more. You'll proliferate. And I'm not only referring to outward displays, I'm also talking about inner sentiments. Of ideas that you choose to cleanse. Of judgments you won't nourish. Of sorrows you decide to let go of. You open doors in the spiritual realm each time you choose forgiveness over condemnation, reconciliation over rejection, and compassion over cruelty. Because you are assisting me in improving the lives of others. I am aware that it's not always simple. The wounds that characterized you were visible to me. I witnessed the abandonments, assaults, and betrayals. I am aware that your spirit yelled for justice. However, you are well aware that my righteousness differs from men's. It seeks to repair rather than to punish. Furthermore, choosing to forgive does not imply that what was done to you was just. You are expressing your confidence in my ability to manage everything with knowledge, truth, and the appropriate timing. You may think that you will never be able to look at such individuals in peace. However, I am mending your heart so that you might live weight-free, talk without resentment, and recall without suffering. Heartache no longer holds you captive. You're at liberty. And now that you are free, you may use your testimony to free others. With your embrace. In your presence. Your life will thus serve as a conduit between heaven and the shattered souls I wish to touch. I am present in all acts of kindness. I am welcoming via you when you welcome. I'm embracing you when you embrace me. I am letting go of healing when you forgive me. And this is how my greatness shows up, not just in amazing miracles, but also in the attitudes I have every day that bring me joy. I summoned you not just to live in a new era but also to help usher in a new era in other people's lives. And it begins when you choose to love the way I do. Give forgiveness as you have received it. As you were touched by grace, extend it to others. This is maturity, not weakness. Spiritual strength is what it is. It is wisdom that never dies. Additionally, I'm developing you so you can carry more than you did previously. So that I may provide you more valuable things. Don't pass up the little chances to be kind. Great benefits in the kingdom are built by them. Additionally, don't anticipate human input. Act as though you are serving the Father in secret, certain that I will remember, honor, and double whatever you do out of love. The God who can see the hidden is me. And I start the greatest works in the occult. So, take it easy. Let go of the things that trouble you. Accept what is healing. Because plenitude can be found on the path of charity. And the harvests from this kind of seed last for centuries. I am the compassionate Lord. And my companions will walk in kindness as well. Today, I'm inviting you to live the new, not just absorb it, but to saturate it. Because I will now make advantage of the person I achieved. Additionally, you will leave traces of the sky wherever you walk. The supply is already here. It is something that has already been unleashed in heaven and is starting to show up in your reality. It is not something that is still to come. What you so desperately wanted, what seemed far away, what looked unattainable, is now happening. In the spiritual realm, there is already a reaction, sending, and release, even if you are not yet able to see it with your normal sight. And soon, everyone will be able to see what you believe in quiet. Your provider is me. I was and always have been. I was providing for you even when you felt isolated. I amplified what little you had, even when it appeared that the resource was insufficient. I continued to take care of you every single day. And now, this won't alter. Because your level of trust, not your wealth, determines my commitment. Provision is being made in unexpected ways. I'll send it from one location, while you anticipated an answer from another. I am a creative God. I create manna from the sky, I make water sprout from the rock, and I increase the things that the world hates. You anticipated people, pathways, and methods. My offer goes beyond your reasoning. She supports my ideal strategy. I look after every aspect of your life. Furthermore, my gift is more than just material. It affects your relationships, home, mental and emotional well-being, and more. Lacks of love, understanding, stability, and care were among the things that injured you, and I came to make up for them all. The gap that no one else sees is filled by me. I provide you more than simply what you require. You need me. I was setting up the proper connections even when it appeared like everything was closed. You may now see possibilities arising, doors opening, and thoughts coming together. All of this is covered under the clause. Because I pour forth insight, creativity, and guidance in addition to resources. I bless the harvest, spread the seed, and prepare the soil. There is nothing about you that will stay the same. Because there is movement where I live. You won't have to follow through on what was promised. Because I will see to it that you receive what is rightfully yours. If you follow the road of obedience, provision will meet you. You will find what you need while you go with me. You were supposed to trust, not to live in fear. I've already published what you anticipated, so I'm giving you one more excuse to relax today. Don't allow uncertainty to rob you of your faith. Because what faith ignites is delayed by skepticism. Furthermore, you already possess sufficient faith to endure this new era. You've already sown the seed, released the word, and triggered the promise. It simply goes on now. Because I shall finish what I started with brilliance. Enjoy this video now if this word validated what your heart already knew and you know that I was the one who talked to you. It goes without saying that this small action is an act of faith. By having fun, you are expressing agreement with what has been made available and using your mindset to activate what is already accessible in the spiritual realm. Because the God who speaks is honored by whoever treasures the message he receives. And I respect those who respect me. And the full miracle will be experienced by those who rejoice before they have ever seen it. Because the faith that acts before manifestation is the one that I find most pleasing. Among those who believed are you. And for that reason, you're getting it. The supply is already here. And from now on, this will start to show in everything around you. Remain with me. Because I still want to impart to you the key of thankfulness, which underpins all I gave you. Be thankful in your life. Not as a transient reaction to a particular gift, but as a perspective on life. Having gratitude changes your perspective like a miraculous filter. By choosing to be thankful, you choose to concentrate on what is left rather than what is gone. In what was learned, not in what was lost. It's in what builds, not what hurts. Your rhythm, your attitude, your surroundings, and your faith are all altered by one decision. Many people praise me after expecting huge miracles. Those that accompany me, however, learn to spot the little clues. An expression of love on a challenging day. A morning after a stormy night. An unanticipated relief at the perfect time. In the middle of chaos, a notion of tranquility. All of them are manifestations of my affection. And my hand will reveal much more to the one who is appreciative of these touches. Because pride and ingratitude block doors that gratitude opens. Ignoring the suffering is not the same as being thankful. It's realizing that I remain decent despite my agony. It's having faith that you are protected even if you don't understand. Because my generosity is independent of the situation. She never changes. Unchangeable. Devoted. And even in the middle of the storm, your spirit finds peace when you have faith in this. Because you are aware that there is a reason behind the writing of your narrative. That everything has a purpose. And that you will flourish from everything that comes into my possession. Having gratitude keeps your mind safe. It prevents negative thinking, unjust comparisons, and failure-related emotions. The whispers of dread are silenced when you express gratitude. And you let my voice reverberate more powerfully. You start to hear with the Spirit's ears, see with the eyes of trust, and make wise decisions. You become the focal point of my will as a result. Gratitude is a sign of spiritual development. It is the result of having strong faith. It is the understanding that my existence is more valuable than any accomplishment. That being with me is more important than reaching any objective. That the tranquility I grant you is based on who you are within me, not what you own. You are also my son. Selected. Restored. Maintained. Loved with love that never dies. Be thankful without waiting for things to be ideal. The perfection you envision will come from my ongoing activity inside of you, not from the outside world. Because there will be difficulties as long as you are here on earth. There will be grace, nevertheless. Strength will be present. I'll be there. And whomever possesses this insight leads a fulfilling life. Take it easy. Stay entire. Because you are aware that you have the opportunity to view me in detail every single day. On days when no one could have predicted how far you were going to fall, I was there to support you. At times when your heart could no longer bear it, you inhaled deeply. And still you went on. It's a miracle, too. And it is your appreciation for these private, unseen moments that opens up new facets of my grandeur in your life. Recall your previous locations. Before you got to know me well, remember who you were. Observe the maturity of your spirit. The growth of your faith. How your perception and emotions were formed. You weren't the only one who changed. I was the one. And I am whole at the conclusion of every change that starts in me. Don't stop now, then. Thank you. Even for what is still to come. Because the faith that respects me is the faith that expresses gratitude before the response. Your words will alter as you develop an attitude of gratitude. You'll think less. Your connections are healthier. You're taking firmer steps. Because the outer is changed by the inside, and the inside is changed by thankfulness. It puts you in line with the sky. Enables you to experience my presence. Additionally, have your spirit ready to accept, hold, and stay more. Many people feel exhausted not because of their experiences but rather because of how they interpret them. Moreover, thankfulness corrects eyesight. She shifts her attention away from the issue and looks back at me. And everything falls into place when you look at me. Because there is clarity where I am. I'm with you, too. As a result, I'm inviting you to adopt an attitude of thankfulness today. It is a discipline rather than merely a response. Before you even know what the day will bring, express gratitude as soon as you wake up. Even if things didn't go as planned, express gratitude before you go to bed. Be thankful for everyone, even the challenging ones, since they contribute to your progress. Appreciate the suffering that helped you grow up. You learn to listen from the stillness. For teaching you to trust during the wait. And I'll be here to remind you when your spirit forgets. Because you thrive when you are grateful. That's where your faith takes root. Additionally, the harvest gets bountiful there. Nothing makes me happier than a heart that understands what I do, even if it doesn't appear significant to the naked sight. Because everything done with faith is fantastic in my opinion. Anything that originates from a genuine heart is valuable. You were chosen to reside in this realm by me. A peaceful existence independent of external factors. A life that is maintained by presence rather than output. A life in which your song, your rest, and your method of praising me in everything is thankfulness. You're here now for that reason. Because this is what I wanted you to hear. To inform you that nothing was overlooked. That I stay with you. And may all of your thankfulness be a fragrance before the throne. Be thankful in your life. For everyone who lives this way is already experiencing heaven on earth. And that's where it all begins anew. Because being thankful makes it easier for you to hear my voice again. And keep this in mind when you're prepared to go forward. I choose you right now. Considering that the cycle of favor never stops. For those who live with a willing heart, he just begins anew. And I've already seen yours. And I rejoice in him.